A little bit about my book. My book is called Coming of Age, Collections, Recollections, and Predilections. It was published in March of this year. The title represents my journey through life so far. It's a collection of short pieces, including poems, epigrams and aphorisms, stories, and short essays. The work reflects my impressions of life from past and present. They are about people I have met or known and experiences I've had. Other works reflect my views and aspirations about life. I put them together simply because I wish to share them with you. Perhaps they will be of help to someone, make someone laugh, or help someone to think in a new way. I started writing when I was a junior in high school, and actually I wrote a poem before that when I was 12 and sent it into a magazine and got my first rejection slip. I haven't had any more rejection slips because I haven't sent anything more to a publisher. Instead, with this book, I published it myself on Amazon.com, and it's available on Amazon Kindle. What else can I tell you about myself? Curiosity and humor are dominant in my life. I have always been curious. My first grade teacher complained to my mother that I asked too many questions. And that's remained with me. I'm always trying to figure out how things work and why and all that. My mother, I learned a lot from her in terms of how to laugh. My mother and I used to laugh together about anything, almost. So she was an inspiration. I was born here in Portland, Oregon, a lifelong resident. My father was third-generation German-American, and my mother was an English woman, born and raised in Liverpool, UK. I have a brother 4 years younger. My family life was turbulent, often violent, and alcohol played a major role in the dynamics of our family. There were good times and bad times. As an adult, I made up for the bad times. Growing into manhood was and still is a challenge. I didn't call myself a man until I was in my 30s. My works are mostly short in length. I tend to shun writing long pieces. I like to keep my writing direct and succinct. So in that sense, I guess I'm a bit of a minimalist when it comes to writing. There may be some tendency to call me a gay or a queer writer. True, I am a gay or homosexual man. My sexuality is important, of course, but does not dictate what I choose to write about. It is a central part of me, but not the whole part. And let's see, there was a lot that happened in my childhood. I was bullied in school, in high school, and that was very painful. I've had lots of therapy. I've known a lot of people in my life. Met a few famous people here and there. And what else can I tell you? I've struggled a lot and suffered a lot. I don't think suffering makes you, it didn't make me into an artist. It perhaps made me into a better artist in some ways. So I think with that, I am going to begin and read some poems. My purpose as a writer is that of a troublemaker, provoking the imagination, inciting controversy, and crashing the boundaries of propriety. And I will now begin. I'll be reading a few poems, and then I will read one story and one short essay. And then we'll have a Q&A afterwards if you would like to ask any questions about me or anything about my work and that type of thing. The first poem I will read to you. This happens to be the first poem in my book. And I suppose in keeping with my love of humor and that type of thing, humor and whatever else I was talking about before. Humor and curiosity. This is entitled Mentor. Humor is my mentor. It teaches well. It laughs with me and at me sometimes. It washes me and sets the soul on fire. Laughing hard, I take a breath and save a laugh for my demise. It's not that bad, nor much surprise, you know. My mentor never leaves the show. Some pieces of modern art. Lauded as a paradigm, molded by an obscene hand, ideas turned to mindless bland, twisted in disjointed rhyme. I wait the man with reasoned eye, and stop to glance, perchance to see, creators with an unspoiled mind, grounded in reality. Different needs. I yearned for the touch of the soldier's hand pressed against my body. I hungered for the soldier's lips, the wild hot shudder of his hips. He looked at me with piercing eyes but could not speak. His battled fingers touched my face, searching for that quiet place. Evening revel. A tip of the hat, a kiss on the cheek, a smiling glance, just waiting to speak. Gentlemen callers with wisdom to spare, I let them in swiftly to charge up the air. Men without guile are the ones I like most. The others are cranky and too much to host. Bring on the refinement of mind and of heart, and tell me a story before you depart. Put me to bed with a kiss and a smile, and tuck me in gently, and do it with style. Act of nature. When one leaf falls, another will follow. The tree isn't dying, it's just redesigning. The ground receives one and then still another. The earth has a pact with the tree and its act. Drop your pretensions and let them fall down. Watch closely the tree and its partner, the ground. This next one was inspired by, well, not only my love of men, but also love of nature, things that are rural. I'm a romantic at heart. And the name, I named it, it was inspired, the name is inspired by the famous painting called American Gothic by Grant Wood. I'm sure you're familiar with that. That was painted in 1930. So this piece is entitled American Gothic. Oh, rural son of America, I wait for you. I sit on the steps, hugging my shoulders, humming the morning, watching the sunrise, thinking of you. I wait to lie beside you once again, hold you in my arms, and wake in the morning to caress your unshaven smile. Like dew on the buckwheat, an innocence born in the dawn and never retired, I wait for your kiss to be touched by the fire. I wait to stand beside you once again and work the land, feel the grit in our teeth, the dung on our shoes, wipe the sweat from your brow, look into your face, kiss, embrace, wrestle you and hold you near, feel the touch and hear the sound of you. I wait to dance that dance with you again in measured steps, but never so polite as not be us, to laugh and sing, growl and grunt, howl and woof, storm the barn and raise the roof, hold each step with you alone and rock you in my arms till dawn. I wait the light for your return, to ride with me across the plains, to roll and tumble in the wind and dream the dreams too sweet to know without you, to feast on banquets yet to be and step into eternity. I wait your journey home to me. Son of America, I wait for you. Thank you. That's one of my very favorites that I have. This next one is entitled Deciding Again. Upon a concrete highway, a man walks on, dodging cars and hoping that his life will soon be done. It will not strike him till it does that better ways afford a better way to say goodbye and cut the final cord. You could just take a powder or just use a knife or bludgeon. Where's your imagination? Is it hiding in the oven? And that as well won't work, and so just pull your head out now. Why must you spend such loathsome time to plan your final bow? It's so much work to push that cause when really you're just lazy at working hard to not succeed. It's driven you half crazy. Stop to pause. Just take a breath and think what you can give to everyone and me as well. Decide that you will live. This one is entitled Some Men. You've probably known people like this. Some men read like the tabloids I've seen. Their headlines implore me. Their back pages bore me. It only takes moments for me to decide. I pick them up, scan them, then toss them aside. They're really too fast and I don't like the ride. They're pretty, they're stylish, and buff to the tooth, the studied example of fine social couth. But I'll take the man who's telling the truth. How's everyone doing? Doing good? Still breathing? Oh, I have a few more here. The outfield. Standing in the outfield, far from home plate, far from the drama, I await the fly ball, remnant of camaraderie. If I catch it, does it matter? If I drop it, does it matter? If I run away with ball in hand, never to be seen again, would it matter? If I catch it, does it matter? Just a second here. Okay. If I catch it, does it matter? If I drop it, does it matter? If I run away with ball in hand, never to be seen again, would it matter? Do they ever see me out here? Does it matter? A leather bar. I descend into a sea of men. The black leather foam catches my eye. The scent of men pervades my senses. The lighting is low and the music rumbles above low murmurs, conversations and invitations in a room full of stares. We eye one another, watching, waiting. Our hands grip each other, rushing with ecstasy, feeding our fantasies. A primal need, my brothers. Not a bird. If the meat that you eat does not say tweet, then the meat that you eat's not a bird. It could be a whale, but never a quail. It might be a mouse, but never a grouse. It might be a ferret, but hardly a parrot. It could be a beagle, but that's not an eagle. It might be veal, but not cockatiel. A side of pork, that's not a stork. A big antlered moose is surely no goose. A string of sausage doesn't look like an ostrich. Frogs make you sicken? You can bet it's not chicken. Feeling remorse? You just ate a horse.